Futaba's almost like some kind of shy cat. Yeah? I definitely feel her on that one. I would say I'm like a shy cat sometimes. Even so, we should keep at it. Yeah, exposure is really the only cure a lot of the time with this sort of thing, but it requires the other person wanting to. Thankfully, Futaba does want to change. Or, well, I don't know about right now. She certainly gets the will to do so, though, as we go on. And we as the main character, as with, as tends to happen in Persona in general, tend to give people that same drive to keep going. Anywho, you have time? You have prepared dinner? Yes. Help them out.
Alright then.
I don't even have to get rid of the customers. I guess I'd only really have to do that if I was making coffee. And also cleaning. Which makes sense, actually. But, dinner. That's great, Futaba. Delicious. I'm gonna be drinking that stuff tonight. It tastes the same as you remember it? Yep, I feel like a dummy for not wanting to eat it back when I was depressed about my mom.
Oh, that's right!
Oh yeah, first episode of this brand new anime I want to watch is airing tonight. I'm out of here. Eyes in front when you walk, okay? No spacing out. And head first to a pole last time you went for a walk. I'm very similar. When I was, especially, it's still kind of an issue that I sort of have, not near as much, though. Actually, no. Recently, I don't know if I really have that problem anymore, but I used to be so spacey that I would usually not really see where I was going a lot of the time. I used to definitely be like that, especially when I was her age-ish and younger, but certainly throughout my entire adolescence and into my 20s, too. I believe in Futaba. You can leave fans. Screw it, bye. Herodian. Oh, thank you. I think so. That was delicious. What about you? I think I'm addicted. Really? I guess you have pretty good taste if you understand how incredible that curry is. Now then, something I should probably tell you. Here, take a seat. Pour you some coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember how I said the recipe for this curry was developed by a scientific genius? Might have realized by now, but that genius was Futaba's mother, Wakaba. In other words, that curry is one of the last remaining connections Futaba has to her mom, and no wonder she didn't want to eat it while she was still depressed about her. Makes sense, right? I first met Wakaba back when I was doing work for the government. She was real trouble, let me tell you. Logic prevailed over emotion for her, and she had an intricate knowledge of the human mind. I thought my pickup lines were the best in town, but not a single one worked on her. So he really is the player that he seems to be, or he used to be. I don't really think he really moves like that anymore. Pretty sure he does not hit on women like that anymore, as far as I'm aware. But it definitely is still part of a character trait of his. Was she like Futaba? You could say that. It was never clear what she was thinking, yeah? A lot of times that's how Futaba is. A lot of people say that's how I am too, so I mean, again, in a few ways, Futaba's a lot like me. So I had a hard time trying to keep up with her. Men are idiots, though. We spend our time chasing after things we can't get. Well, saying things like that, okay, yeah, I mean, he's, that does apply to him, for sure, so, but I'm a man, and I've never really been like that, thank God. Well, I don't know about never, but I don't think that the extent that most people do. Especially, in regards to chasing after women or romance like that. There's been times where sort of a relationship type thing bloomed from more of a friendship situation or just meeting someone, and I ended up chasing that person a little more than I ever really would otherwise. I don't go looking for romance like that unless I know the person already. I've kind of come to peace with the larger dating world and a lot of women who go about the normal way of thinking about romantic partners and looking for them, which I think, honestly, frankly, the normal way of looking for partners in society is broken and wrong and doesn't work for most people. But most people just think that's the way anyway. But for me, I feel like I'm not meant to date, but I am meant to find love through continuing to do things I love and just living my life and meeting people and ending up dating a few of those people. And you know what? That's already happened a few times, so I know that's the right track for me. I'm not a dater, and it's things like this that make me not a dater. I've not understood this mindset for so much of my life, for my whole life, pretty much. Wakaba rejected me time and again, but there was one instance I managed to surprise her. And that was when I gave her a plate of my homemade curry. The very next day, she came asking all about what the ingredients and what goes in the cooking process. Then, just a few days later, she handed me a scientifically enhanced version of my recipe. It was incredible. She'd used my curry as the basis, but it was miles better than anything I made. Curry was Wakaba's specialty from then on. Naturally, Futaba grew to love it in no time as well. But after Wakaba's incident, Futaba stopped eating it entirely. Flavor would make her remember the pain. I've even heard smells can bring back the memories too. But that curry was the only point of connection I had with Futaba. That's why when I took her in, I vowed to keep this recipe alive until she'd eat it again. And there we go. It finally happened. It really paid off in the end. Yeah, it felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders when she said it was delicious. Aww. The whole idea of pairing the curry with a nice brew is thanks to Wakaba's refinement too. Despite how introverted she seemed, she was extraordinarily perceptive of the people around her. I never even told her about my love of coffee. She figured it out just from looking at me. Huh. That was when I realized she was totally out of my league. I don't know about that. Oh yeah, well, I mean... Okay, well, yeah. Nothing like I really stood a chance to begin with, though. She already had Futaba by then, after all. This might seem like any old curry to most people, but there's tons of emotion crammed inside. So yeah, Sojiro's connection to Futaba, besides, you know, deciding to take her in, was he was really sweet on her mother. And as far as I was aware, they stayed really good friends until her death. So, make sure you keep the tradition going. Yeah. I feel like my bond with Sojiro is growing deeper. I think Sojiro is honestly a really good example of pure love, because he's made it clear that he used to be an absolute cad, like an absolute player, more or less. Hopefully minus the dating around a bunch of women at once thing. Why do people do that shit? Like, what goes through your head when you're like, yeah, so this woman and I are a thing, but that's not enough for me. I'm gonna go and cheat on her behind her back, because that's totally not stupid and will get me fucked in the future and not in the good way. I don't know. I guess I'm really glad I don't get that culture, because it means I'll never be a cheater, but just like, why the fuck? I don't get the psychology. I've read about the psychology around it, but it still doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why the fuck do people cheat? I'm glad I don't get it, but I don't get it. But random tangent aside, Sojiro was clearly just like a really, like, a playery type, but even though he was never able to win her heart, they still ended up being very close in a different way, it seems, as friends more than anything. And from that, he decided to take her daughter in when she died, which is really heartwarming. And I think Futaba's mainly one of the reasons that he ends up taking us in, too. Sojiro tells Yusuke that it has something to do with the fact that Joker reminds him of himself when he was younger, which I really like, too. Either way, Sojiro is an awesome character, and here's a lot of the reasons why right here in that conversation we just had with him. I love that, man. Your Hierophant Confidant is increased to rank 5. Heck ye. You will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst when fusing personas to the Hierophant Arcana. Double heck ye. Alright, that's enough of this for tonight. Things are getting downright sappy in here. Hey, I like sappy. Keep it coming. That's another thing. Men not being all about emotions. Like, I'm sorry, I've never had a choice. I have never had a choice but to be a sensitive person and care and deal with my emotions. Like, a lot of men are like, I don't know, I can't deal with emotions. Like, regardless of if I can or not, I've never had a choice. My emotions were so intense that I had to learn. I have no other choice but to be a sappy person and all other, you know, a soft person or whatever the hell else people call people that are just more sensitive and emotional at their core. I think that aspect of culture should fucking go away, and I hope it does one day. It should just not be a thing anymore. The whole, men should be stoic and thing. Fuck that. No. It's literally led to a lot of men having health problems mentally. Stop it. Stop that, damn it. And it certainly doesn't help people like me fit into society, especially in a dating type way, except, I mean, the thing is that, you know, whilst I've accepted that dating the way most normal people think about it isn't for me, it's still hard not to get down about that sometimes, the fact that it isn't for me. because everyone's everywhere getting girlfriends and having all these romantic connections that I'm not, because I need to forge my own path through life and find people along that path that are gonna actually fit with me in that kind of a romantic way. And, well, it's a long path, especially because I need to figure out my own path. So, you know, but it's about the quality of the connection, not the fastness of it, and that's the problem with online dating, and that's probably one of the main reasons why why there's so many divorces in this society, and there's more and more, like, divorce rates are going higher. It's because the most, you know, normal accepted way of dating is so fast that you don't really get to know the other person before you're having babies with them. And marrying them and pouring so much time and finances into them. That's wrong. Like, okay, anyway.
The rest is on you.
Sure you clean up before you go to bed. I can see the compassion hidden beneath Sojiro's actions. I feel my kindness growing. Yeah, Hey, it's me. You finished cleaning up? Hecky. Futaba's still watching anime. As long as she's in a good mood, though, I don't mind it. Seeing her so happy now makes me glad I kept Wakaba's curry alive. Ah! It's only a problem when she asks for it 3 times a day. She needs a balanced diet at this point, because she didn't eat very much. That's exactly my problem. Futaba's still growing. I gotta be strict with her. She needs to eat balanced meals so she gets vitamins that curry don't give her. But man, the expression on Futaba's face when she took a bite of that curry. Nah, forget it. Maybe I'll have to stick with curry as a staple, but I can sneak in some veggies here and there. I guess cooking really can be a labor of love. Yeah, there you go, man. Hell, cooking was a labor of love for he just explained that that's exactly what made him make the curry for as long as he did, and what made him make it part of his cafe, is it was a labor of love for Futaba and Wakaba. The memory of her, anyway.
Our master would like a word with you. Stand up straight and listen closely in...
It seems you freed the heart of a frenzied girl and saved her from her haunted past.
Yeah.
Another step has been taken to rehabilitation. You are progressing quite nicely.
I wonder why he chose the word frenzied there. I wonder if it's like an interpretation of the Japanese term they used there to refer to Futaba, more than it's made to literally make sense in English, because I'm starting to realize, at least it seems to me, especially when I learn about details regarding game localizations like this, from Japanese to English, that, you have to sort of keep a balance. The team has to try to keep a balance between making things make sense in English and also still more or less, you know, portray the same as the Japanese version of the game. And a lot of times they actually fail in doing that, as far as I'm aware. Like, I know for a fact a good example of that is Fire Emblem Awakening, because I've been watching a Let's Play of that, by Big Clinging, by the way, and I really love that series and recommend the shit out of it, and his channel in general. He's awesome. He's one of the big inspirations for me doing this, actually. But in his Fire Emblem Awakening playthrough, he does a lot of the deep diving into the background of the game, including the localization. And especially the localization, because he has a huge passion and interest in that, and actually wants to localize games if he can, like, as part of his profession. But anyway, you were progressing quite nicely.
Our master bestows words of praise upon you. You'd better feel honored.
By the by, more curious information has found its way to your ears. A scientist's research. It seems that world may secretly be known after all.
Indeed.
Furthermore, that very research has been stolen and is now used by those with malicious intent.
Like that Black Mask motherfucker, also known as Akechi, also known as a motherfucking asshole that you died.
I wonder how this will change the approach you take. toward your rehabilitation.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about that.
I believe I told you we would spare no expense in cooperating with you. Allow me to grant you a new power worthy of your current self. Though you have my aid, be sure not to let your guard down. Otherwise, you may get swept off your feet.
I feel like my bond with Igor is growing deeper. Yeah! I have grown closer to mysterious nose man of noses. Big ol' frickin' honkin' schnoz. Anyway.
Alright.
Your fuel confidant! Yeah.
We shall meet again in the near future.
Indeed!
Time to go, inmate. Okay.
Makoto and Yusuke are scheduled for today, huh? I haven't seen them. What happened to them? Futaba, can you open up? Open what? The front door? Why? Won't you come, Tutor? We're in front of Futaba's house. You want to meet here and not at LeBlanc? Isn't that more comforting? You never mentioned this. It would be nice if you could hurry down soon. It's scorching hot out here. You demon. Looks like we're meeting up immediately over at Futaba's. Makoto's really going about this seriously. I mean, doesn't she go about everything seriously? I love that about her, though. She always has a plan and executes it. Just absolutely.
What is that supposed to be?
Don't worry about it.
Such avant-garde design. You have excellent taste.
Let's get started, shall we? What do you plan on doing? I'd like to simply have a normal conversation. That is the basis of true communication, after all.
You seem confident. I mean, she's always
Yes.
confident.
You must be well-versed in speaking when you are student council president.
God, you're hot. Like, he would totally, like, my version of Joker would totally say that if, like, everyone in this room didn't know that we were dating yet. Like, or, like, if not for that. Like, yeah. Hey.
Don't think too hard about our conversation. We're just going to talk about ordinary topics today.
And what do you mean by ordinary topics?
You know, things like food or the weather. Well then, let's begin with food. What do you like to eat, Futaba? Organic ones?
That doesn't make sense.
That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Beautiful. Futaba hug for 70 billion eternities.
Let's try a different topic. How about the weather?
Makoto. See, I think the problem here is Makoto's trying to approach this like a normal conversation. Futaba's not normal enough for that yet, sadly. You know, she's so alienated. I think that's kind of the main thing here.
I
Poor
heard
Makoto.
that this heat wave is showing no sign of stopping.
I believe in Makoto.
Dunno, I haven't been out.
You know what? This is so awkward to me because I feel her so much. And by her, I mean both Makoto and Futaba. That I'm just, both of them. Both girls here. Yeah. It's just so awkward. I can't. And then, you know, the thing about the Sentai figures too. Yusuke put them in super dramatic poses because he's Yusuke, and Futaba does not like that. Just give it a try. We believe in you.
Oh, I can't stand this gung-ho way of doing things.
Ooful. Which is funny, because that's probably part of the reason. Like my Joker, like, his reasons for falling in love with Makoto, one of them was her gung-ho way of doing things.
I've left tomorrow to An and Ryuji.
In general.
He'll be there as well, so you'll be okay.
Can I wear my mask?
I think it would be best if you didn't.
There's really no telling how tomorrow's going to go.
Beautiful. I believe in Futaba. I believe in her and Makoto and everyone. Not bad for her first time. Yeah, true. She's still got a long way to go, though. I wonder how long before she's ready for the beach. Well, considering we're jumping from small amounts of people to huge amounts of strangers, yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a thing. And we do make sure, like, the game really does make it very clear that it's definitely a bit of a process. Dude, people are so pumped, man. They're talking all about how the Phantom Thieves took down Medjet. Mishima's website has a shit ton of comments flooding in, too. The news coverage has been pretty insane as well. Yes, they have only spoken to the Phantom Thieves for the entirety of the day. Spoken of the Phantom Thieves for the entirety of today. We've been getting attention all over the city. So, how's the one who helped us take Medjet down doing? Futaba-chan! Futaba-chan! The Phoenix Rangers almost met their demise. It was Yusuke's fault. Don't complicate things further. Anyway, things didn't go perfectly, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. And I love how Yusuke didn't even respond to that. Tomorrow's goal will be to spend time in someone else's room. Futaba's a difficult personality to handle. Good luck, you two. Shut it, Inari. Alright, it's our turn next. See you tomorrow, Futaba. We have so much to talk about. Oh my god,
Lady An and Ryuji teaming up honestly worries me. But I guess we'll see what they can do.
Well, they're both pretty damn friendly people. But Ryuji is probably gonna have a lot of... I don't remember how this goes. But, like, Ryuji's already had a lot of issues with just how Futaba is. So I think it's going to be another Yusuke dynamic with her-ish. I don't remember, though. We'll see. Red Futaba up her unease. Whoa. Well, I could do some more Sojiroing tonight. Yeah, I'll honestly just continue Sojiroing until he's either maxed out or just a day where he doesn't have discard over his head. And then I'll probably go ahead and, I do have a Hierophant, right? Well, you know what? I'll see. You have time today, right? How about with the cafe? Yep, I do have one. So... It's Day Shoujo, okay. So, yeah, I'll be doing this until, you know, again. I'll do guts on days that are not, that I'm doing this. Don't you ever get lonely, So-chan? You've been a bachelor for so long. Have you given up on marriage? All I want in a relationship is spicy stimulation followed by smooth, relaxing comfort. And I could get both of those things from my curry and my coffee. That's enough for me. You know, I know he's just being smug here, but again, being me, you, like, a lot of the emotional needs that that, you know, relationships help with if they're healthy ones, of course, is, you know, are also things that can, honestly, frankly, a lot more reliably than trying to get them through people, especially if you're someone like me, you know, but in general, I would probably say, can be gotten through other things, you know? You don't really need any kind, like that kind of relationship, but our culture is so steeped in this idea that you do for everything from social status to blah 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 blah, and that's the only way to get these emotional needs met, when that's really wrong. And I think a lot of the reason that that's so harped on is because of so many companies and things that depend on people wanting that kind of relationship in order to do business, because so many businesses kind of depend on people that are married or dating, and for all sorts of reasons. Everything from the diamond industry to dating websites to, or, you know, at least the want to be in that kind of thing. You know, for in the case of like the dating websites, there's so many things like that. You know, the wedding industry, the wedding planning, you know, wedding dress industry. There's probably a lot more examples I can think of the more that I think about it. He always dodges my questions like that. He's so clever. By the way, what are your thoughts on Sochan's life of solitude? I admire it. Like, in real life, I admire it. I do. Because, frankly, I start to understand that for me, a similar life, at least for the time being, is what I need, frankly. Until I figure out how to find a place with other people that I fit in well enough. It's best for me to, because I haven't found that place yet, right? Because I understand exactly what I need from a people environment right now, and well, I'm still working on being out in people environments enough to find the one that works for me. You know, like, meet enough people through what I'm doing and that kind of stuff. I'm still working on that kind of a thing. So, until I meet the right kind of people that I'd want to date, through, you know, getting to know them a little bit, I won't be concerned about a relationship. And I'll mostly be a rather solitary person who hangs out with peeps that he got to know a bit already. There's definitely a small circle of friends that I love hanging with when I can. But anywho, I admire it. You can admire me if you want, but I don't recommend trying to follow my footsteps. Anyway, only thing I care about in life is making sure my customers are satisfied. What makes me happier than seeing people relaxing here? Come back anytime, okay? Damn, hook, line, sinker, bam, done. I think she's a regular for a reason.
Hey.
She seemed especially aggressive today, huh? Would've been bad if she pushed any further. But I guess food service relies on keeping the right distance from people. Not too far, not too close. I can see that. Especially in a small, intimate place like Sojiro's, right? Welcome. You just don't know when to give up, do ya? Well, I just learned something very interesting. Something I will use to try to get money out of you because I'm a fucking asshole. Futaba's been shut off from both school and society this whole time, huh? That's not good parenting. I'm a fucking asshole. Yeah, and what have you done to care for her? Well, I literally abused her. That's more than you've done. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Like, and by the way, I'm not joking. This asshole literally abused her in a very provable way. And he's walking around free. Fuck him. You know quite well what I've done. It's about time you pay up. Yeah, I kept her at my house and treated her like crap. And I'm omitting that part on purpose so I can get money from you because I'm that much of a fucking piece of human shit that should die. I hate this man. Fuck you. This elderly man has no right to be cheerful. Hey, don't be ridiculous. Futaba had a terrible life living with you. Plus, I already gave you most of the inheritance for custody. Is that still not enough for you? Yes. Yeah, people like this just take, and never, ever think that A, it's a good thing to stop, or that B, maybe they're making problems for themselves in the end anyway, or C, like, why? I'm just really glad I don't even understand why there are so many people like this in real life. But there are, sadly. And I'm just like, how do you end up like this and just stay that way? Like, how the fuck do you end up thinking this is how you should live? By being a constant antagonist like this. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Oh, and not to mention that kid you have here. I've heard all about him and his criminal record. That exists only because another asshole like me framed him for something he didn't do. That leaves us with a parent who won't let go of school and a delinquent housemate on probation because I'm really good at coloring things just the way so that I can get my way out of it. And oh boy, man. Doesn't quite seem to be the best environment for Futaba, now does it? Yeah, certainly not the way you said it, which is fucking wrong. Fuck you. You're wrong, you piece of... shut your fucking mouth, asshole. You have a problem, punk. I'll sue you for intimidation. I don't think that's something you can do, thankfully. Hey, just keep your neck out of this. Get on upstairs, okay? I do, but guess what? I flip him off while I go... No, seriously. If I was in this situation, I would literally go ahead and go upstairs, but I would flip this fucker off as I go up the stairs. And he wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Unless he wants trouble. Sojiro, I hunger... Oh, shit. Futaba-chan, long time no see. I'm really good at acting like I give a fuck about you, but I don't. I just want money. Fuck you, dude. So much. See what I'm saying? She's a total wreck. This is clearly not a healthy situation. You're the thing she reacted negatively to, you jerkwad. She's only like this because she saw you here, fuckwad. Don't make me repeat myself. You can't beat me in court, so you may as well just give me the money. Or I could punch your fucking lights out, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Ugh. Well, I hope you reach the right decision. Bye now. Yeah, I'll reach the right decision. Hey, Sojiro, don't you keep a gun under the counter? Let me just... Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck this guy. Futaba, you should just head home for today. I'll take you. Sojiro. Futaba huggle. Futaba's okay. All that drama must have tired her out. She fell asleep right after we got home. Yeah, complete assholes are tiring. Believe me, I know. That man is Futaba's uncle, and a complete piece of shit human being. After Wakaba died, Futaba was passed around her relatives. His place was the last. He treated her like garbage. He never fed her, forced her to sleep on the floor like an animal. He didn't even let her bathe. Once I learned that, I knew I had to step in. I couldn't stand for that kind of horrible treatment, so I decided to take Futaba under my care. Even back then, he was whining about all the damn expenses. I threw some cash his way, thinking that would put the issue to bed, but now he's back for more. I don't even know how he managed to find me here. Maybe paying him was a mistake. Saving Futaba was no motherfucking mistake. Thanks. I never thought you'd be the one comforting me. Either way, though, you'd be the one comforting me. That's how that should be said. Either way, though, it's my fault Futaba didn't leave her room. I just didn't know how to help her through it. I'd make curry, leave it by her door, and go. Yeah, being someone who... It's a less severe situation, but certainly was... I certainly, for my own reasons, was quite the shut-in, especially when I was a teen. And hell, you could still probably call me that more or less, but... Not as much as you used to be able to call me one, I'd say. But, you know, not ever to Futaba's literally never leave her room degree. And, I'm lucky for that. But, my situation had been much worse than it was, which wasn't very bad. It's just that my brain's always been very, I don't know, hyperactive. A lot of... The main thing was my parents were very emotionally neglectful, and they didn't really know how to deal, especially with a kid like me. But hell, nonetheless a kid in general, having a son. But having a son like me, a son especially, who was so emotionally fragile, you know, pretty difficult. And they tended to be rather cold toward me and stuff, and all sorts of stuff, and it led me to feeling like no one wanted me. If my parents didn't want me, then I guess no one else really cares, but they care about me. It's just, again, they don't know how the fuck to show it. And Sojiro has no idea how to deal with Futaba. Like, that's why I really understand Sojiro's situation, because, you know, I'm 26 now, and a few years ago I started to really understand my parents' side of all this, of you know, why they raised me the way they did. They didn't know what the fuck to do with my mental stuff. That's exactly what happened with Futaba and Sojiro here, but, you know, on a more extreme scale. Poor Futaba. But we helped her out, and I'm glad. We're helping her out some more, and that's awesome. If not for you, I'd probably still be waiting for her to come out. So, if you asked me whether I deserve to be Futaba's guardian, my answer would be no. Well, you certainly do more than that, jerkwad. They say blood's thicker than water, right? I wonder what'd be the best for Futaba.
Sorry.
Look at me.
spill my heart out to a punk like you. In this situation, blood is not thicker than water. Like, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, frankly, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean that she should be with that asshole and how he treated her. Absolutely not. No, it's kind of weird. For some reason, I just feel like telling you this stuff. It's like you're peering into my heart. Huh, I guess there really is something special about you. Yeah, don't think too much about that, you know. Just don't think too much about that. Don't think about how the Phantom Thieves are about stealing hearts and stuff, you know. Like, definitely don't make a correlation like that. That wouldn't be good for me. I mean, what, huh? Well, he will figure it out sooner or later. I think, no, we end up actually telling him. He doesn't end up figuring it out. What's funny is most of our side confidants by rank 10 always end up figuring it out. Like, in a more literal way, I think I remember. I feel like my Mama Sojiro is growing deeper. Yay! Rank 6. Yay!
Alright.
Coffee mastery. Oh, better coffee? Yay! It's already
I'm going
pretty
home.
late. Should be heading home. I'm still worried about Futaba. Don't stay up too late here. Oh, and thanks. You see my compassion? Oh yeah, cool. More kindness. This raid, I won't be too long before I'm at kindness rank 5. In fact, kindness might be what I end up focusing on, depending on what other bonuses I get from what I end up working on soon. But yeah. Hey, Futaba's fast asleep. Didn't mean to get you tangled up in all this mess. If I can help somehow, I will, man. No, you don't have to do anything. The fact that you asked is enough. Man, though, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I talk to you. I just keep yammering on about stuff I never planned on talking about. Must be going senile, huh? Anyway, don't worry about that guy. I'll find some way to deal with it. You just keep looking out for Futaba. Seems like you two are really hitting it off, so that's all I had to say. Don't forget to lock up for bed. Later. Yee. I think I, in real life, would also be a good person for someone like Futaba, because I used to be in a situation rather similar to hers. And I've definitely had friends that I've helped out of stuff like that before. Already, actually.
You seem surprisingly calm. I thought you'd be more panicked.
There are no customers.
Yo!
But now Ryuji's here. And on. And, yep, instant change. Because they're still basically strangers to her.
Sorry we're late. We were out buying stuff and I got a little caught up in what to get.
So many snacks. What exactly do you plan on doing?
Well, summer vacation's the time when you lounge around in your room all day.
Yeah, and eating snacks is the best part of that.
And, well, considering this is Futaba we're talking about, I'm pretty sure this is a good next step that isn't too drastic for her.
You're gonna get fat, you know.
No, she's not. She never had to worry about this before. So don't say shit like that, Ryuji.
Shut it!
Hey, where's Futaba?
You have done well in coming here.
Oh my god.
Shit freaked me out! Hey, you Futaba?
You were specifically told not to wear that, Futaba, or that it wouldn't be best, I guess. But, well, Makoto isn't here to scold you about that, I guess, but,
Yep. Welcome.
Why are you wearing that?
Habit. Anyway, bring it.
I guess it's just something about it's easier not to show her face, in general. Like, not even have anyone be able to look at her face. I wonder what it is about that, though. Because I've never really had that. Well, I say that, but I do tend to look away from people's eyes a lot. I don't mean to do it, but I've never thought wearing a mask was more comfortable. Although, I guess I've never really tried to wear a mask on any other day but Halloween, but anyway.
Not sure I get it, but let's do this.
Well, it's 2021, but what I meant was by that was like a face mask like hers. Like, that's definitely a Halloween costume level of mask, you know what I mean? But like, but when I thought of masks, I was like, well, pretty much everyone wears masks these days, but it's the face mask, they don't cover eyes, but anyway.
Sheesh. Looks like today's going to be another noisy day.
For real, it was freaking amazing! There were girls all over me!
Ryuji, stop lying!
Wait, you don't believe a word I'm saying, do ya?
It's
It's you we're talking about here. There's no way you were ever a chick magnet.
What was that?
Agreed. As a member of the opposite sex, I sense no charm from you, Ryuji.
Oof, that really that probably cuts some deep coming from a fucking shut-in who probably isn't even interested in romance, actually. Except for from us eventually, because we're the protagonist of an anime game, but anyway.
Plus, popular guys wouldn't go bragging about that stuff to other people.
I keep wondering if I should do it while I'm still young. But the dresses show a lot of skin, right? Hey, are you even listening?
There's no point talking about wedding dresses right now. None of us have significant others.
Yep, I'm not getting married anytime soon. Can we please talk about something else?
We're gonna hug.
You know, Futaba's fine having conversations.
It's weird, because she's really okay here. Is it because An and Ryuji are more laid-back people than Makoto and Yusuke? Because the Makoto and Yusuke thing didn't go very well, but I think that was partly because of the fact that it was her first time really, you know, having to deal with people all of a sudden like that. But I really feel like, from this vibe, it almost feels like these two would have been a better fit first. I don't know. Like, if they just did the same thing, but just brought the snacks to her room and hung out yesterday, just like this, I think it'd be better. It might have gone better. But, you know, Makoto took the first step herself because that's just how she is. But, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, she doesn't have any trouble speaking her mind. Seems totally normal to me.
I don't know what normal is.
Yeah, I don't either. And I think, honestly, you shouldn't worry about what normal is. People are gonna be like, you're not normal, and I just shrug at this point and go, yep. Yep, nope, I'm not. Got a problem with that? Because if you do, go ahead and leave. I'll be fine. Because at this point, it's just like, okay, a lot of people aren't gonna accept me because I'm fucking weird. Oh well. If they're gonna not give me the time of day just because of how I am, I've got no fucking business with them. That's how I see it anymore.
But if this is it, I'm happy.
I totally thought you were gonna be some weirdo, but I guess all that worrying was for nothing.
I'm relieved too. I think things should keep going smoothly at this rate. By the way, what's on the agenda for tomorrow?
How about we have her try helping around the cafe?
That's perfect! It'll be good practice to have her up in front of strangers.
Oh god.
Beep! Nope. Showing up in the shop at lunchtime will be like super crushing hard mode.
You don't have to deal with customers if you don't want to. Maybe you could dry plates in the back.
I'll be there too.
I'd be mad if you weren't.
You know, okay, so honestly, I think it's just for the purposes of shipping her with the player because she's one of the main protagonist heroines, but like, it makes sense that she's warming up to us, I think. Well, I say that, but I like that she's warming up to us the way she is, but it's kind of weird to me that she's warming up to us, but none of the others as easily. But, I say that, but this seems like she's warming up to these two as well, but not as much as me for sure. But I wonder, do you guys have any reasons as to why Futaba warmed up to us so much more easily than anyone else in our group? Well, and also Morgana too. But I think that's mostly on the fact that he's a cat. But yeah.
Then it's all set. We'll be rooting for you, Futaba.
But, like, I'm just wondering, like, why... Like, it just, again, I think, honestly, it's for the purposes of shipping her with the main character, but it still is odd to me that she warmed up to us so much more easily than these guys, than the rest of our group, you know?
You're all gonna pay for this someday.
Did the Phantom Thieves start all these scandals, too? No, I don't think those had calling cards. And look, we're 60% just now. Holy shit. You know, like, changing people's hearts from the shadows. Is it just me, or have there been more posts from foreigners lately? Yep, we're getting more worldwide fame. Ermagerd. Maybe I should make a request on that forum, too. Our popularity's through the roof. You guys gotta hear this. This cute chick said she wants to go out with a Phantom Thief. But not you specifically, huh? Not surprised. You literally said the exact same thing earlier, Futaba. I love you for that. You don't gotta say it over text, too. What in the world were you all doing today? Girl talk at LeBlanc, or more like chatting and snacking, really. So she's completed her objective for the day. Next up is practice going out in front of people. Wait, what? You'll be fine. Dirk will be with you the whole time. We want to ease you into it, so your first test will be helping out at LeBlanc. Only Dirk will be with you tomorrow. Good luck. Leave it to me. Thanks for the help. You're welcome, Futaba! I definitely feel her. And helping someone like this be more comfortable around people would be something I would be absolutely glad to do. Because I feel the struggle, man. I've had to go through it myself. And I'm still kind of there-ish, but not near as much as before. So that feels good. I absolutely will make an effort tomorrow. You better believe for someone like Futaba, I would bust my ass if it would help them feel better about just being around people in general. Because I know the struggle, man. So much. Seems to be opening up a little. Maybe we're finally inching our way to the beach. Indeed, it seems
I should
to be
write something.
that is the case. But we'll see how she deals with strangers tomorrow, because that's going to be the main thing about the beach, is strangers upon strangers upon strangers. I would say, being a person that's somewhat like her.
Nice.
Let's do our best. We need to make sure Futaba is comfortable components of our group. Indeed! And we're doing it ever so slowly and feels good, man. So... what can I do? I can leave, cool. By the way, what does Sojiro say? Because that was white. That was white dots. Although, I've started to realize that the white dots, even if it's a repeated thing that he's said before, always appear every new day.
Hey.
So this might be a repetition. You wouldn't be... No, it can't be. It's nothing. Huh. I have a feeling... That's very vague. That's a very vague statement. But I have a feeling that what he was about to say was, you wouldn't be a Phantom Thief, would you? Because he seems clever enough to get that. I don't know. Maybe that's not what he's saying, but I feel like that is the most... That makes the most sense for something for him to be thinking about, you know? Actually, it probably is related to the TV, right? On Discovery, Town Detectives. Today we're having our special summer vacation edition. It's still not too late to hit the beach. It's close enough that you can even make it a day trip. That sounds nice. It doesn't feel like a summer without a beach trip. Maybe I'll buy some new swimsuit. Okay, no, so it's not about the TV, but yeah, I think he might be suspecting what we actually are. But again, that's such a vague answer, I don't really know. But a vague statement. What do you guys think I might be talking about? I think I'm probably nit the hail on the head there, hit the nail, wow, on the head there. But let me know if you think that could be something else. But that to me seems like, could he be a Phantom Thief? Because I feel like he's definitely smart enough to figure us out. A bit closer than he really thinks he is, actually. Of course, if that is what that is, because that's so vague that who knows, but it makes the most sense for that to be what he's on about there. To me. Oh yeah. Burger. Yeah. Burger. There it is, big burger. Welcome to Big Bang Burger, open to... I've read this a billion times, take the challenge. More guts! More extremely full of burger guts. Oh, my Jesus.
Thank you very much. Now then. Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh! Yes! The sparkles always mean that, I think, in this kind of situation, though there's been sparkles before. Well, yeah, so, one more of these, And I'll get a nice boost to everything, except my charm, because that's maximum. And also my kindness, because that's not one of the skills here, but yeah, that'll be nice.
Alright.
Wanna head back?
Well, yeah. Tomorrow night, or whenever I next am not able to Sojiro, probably, is when I will do that next one. And then I'll figure out what else I'm doing as far as stats go after that. Today's the only day today's the day we're having Futaba try and help out the cafe, right? This will be a stressful turn of events. Probably, but we'll get through it. So we'll sheet it, it'll be great. Darn it. I promise.
You want me to let Futaba help out around the shop? But I've never had her do anything like that before. Is she gonna be okay?
I'll be there for her.
This isn't the same as taking care of a cat, you know.
Don't worry. I did graduate middle school last year. I'll be fine if I just think of this as my first summer job of high school.
Well, in that case, how about you wash the dishes? Just don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Oof.
Hey, are you all right?
The usual, boss. Extra strong.
Sure thing. Keep an eye on Futaba for...
You okay?
Wee wee!
I believe in Futaba.
She a new part-time. Man, smooth as always.
Oh my god, dude.
What number Bond girl
Dude.
is this, boss?
Dude, fuck you for saying that. Because, I mean, okay, so, first of all, she's really young, so that implication is shitty anyway. And then there's also the fact that... I mean, frankly, yes. He acts like a smooth motherfucker. But, no. 14. She's fucking 14. No. No, 15, right? I keep thinking she's 14 for some reason, but she's 15. No. And then there's also the fact that, well, she's also his adopted daughter, so there's also that. No.
It's not like that.
Not at all. Fuck you for that, dude.
You usually go for the older ones, right? It's only natural you'd want someone younger sometimes.
Fuck you, asshole. So much. And considering he assumed that, he's probably a fucking absolute asshole to women. So fuck you for being like that.
It's like the Guatemala peaberry coffee. Its acidic sweetness is akin to a breath of fresh air.
Sorry, we're serving a blend today. Hey, snap out of it. Hurry up and bring him the coffee before it gets cold.
Oofle. I'm just gonna skip over this part, because he should not be having Futaba. He should not be having Futaba be doing this. But yeah, I'm so kind of embarrassed that I'm just gonna skip through that. You did great for the first time, just please take that off.
Turns out this is pretty easy.
To think Futaba would go out and talk to a customer herself. Mask aside, I'm impressed. Looks like people really can change.
Indeed.
Sojiro, want me to bring coffee to more customers?
Mask off first.
Oh, I'll think about it.
Did anyone here share information about our real identities? Like how we do that, Ryuji. If anyone would have, you probably would have, but yeah. I don't think he would. I think he's smart enough to not do that. Why the question? I have heard someone in the city saying they're our acquaintance. Talk about false rumors. But hey, at least we're famous enough to have rumors about us. We might even break into the news online, or maybe TV. Yeah, if we ain't bigger. Right? By the way, how'd the day go? I served coffee to customers! I'm not even gonna bring that up. I'm just gonna let this be, hey, you did good. It's just, you know, the mask is definitely something we need to work on, but she did good. That's great, Futaba-chan. Anyways, you better get used to it fast. Can't be a fan of these you're scared of people. I'll try my best.
We're on a
And she
roll.
is, and that's awesome. Futaba's been working really hard, indeed. And there's Ryuji. It's like he doesn't have a care in the world. No, Ryuji still works hard, dude, but yeah, that is kind of a problem of his. Especially in situations like this, but well, she responded to that pretty well, regardless of the kind of insensitiveness of that statement. And Ryuji being accidentally insensitive is just part of his character, and I understand. A lot of people tend to be like that. Hell, I tend to be like that, you know? It's not anything that I mean to be, but, you know, I can tell Ryuji probably does not mean to be the same way as well. He's gonna be in trouble somewhere down the line if he keeps this up. Ryuji does certainly work hard on stuff for us, though. I'm a fan of Thebes, stiff me. And other things, too, sometimes. Mask aside, I really think she's built up some confidence.
Hey!
Oh yeah, when are you gonna ask about the paper bag at the airsoft shop?
I should write something.
Not for a while. 'Cause... barring... well, actually, maybe.
Hey.
We'll see. No, I'm still gonna focus on raising skills. Stats is my general thing. Oh, yep, it's another Sojiro night, so I will be opting for him. Especially now that I've got my guts to 4. What should I do with that, man? My head hurts. Okay. Okay, I need max kindness. Okay. So... in that case, well... I could start cleaning the shop. Oh, I do have a crossword puzzle to do, so I'll get that out of the way first. You gonna play crossword puzzles? Yeah, I have other stuff to do, so I'll get 2 into it. Type of outdoor allergy. To the internet.